Hi there guys, how's it going? So we have a brand new medal in the shop known as Keyart 17, which is the second of the Prime medals, which I believe they're going to be presenting as like perhaps replacements to EX medals as the new hotness going forward, or maybe that's just their name for medals that are only tier 4 but technically have the power of, current tier 8s or even above right now. So that must be like a common naming convention in Japan. It makes me think of like Pokemon cards, which had a similar series. They went from we had like EX medals, which were our initial introduction into something quite good, just like they had EX cards, and now they've got Prime medals, which are, again, remind me of Prime cards, which they had way back in the day. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that, we're here to talk about the medals. So, what does it do? If you did read the notices as the medal first came out, you would happen to think it did something a little bit different to what it does right now. I did get a screenshot right at 3 o'clock, and I was like, I don't think that's right. And sure enough, they changed it a few minutes later. So, looks like really interesting, because it makes me think that potentially this medal was meant to be a copy-paste of Axial Prime initially, but only changed to be the Upright Magic variety. As it stands right now, I think it is probably, in almost every circumstance, a better medal than Axial Prime, than if it was just a copy-paste of Axial Prime. The only thing on the downside is that we don't get that gauge restore, but at the same time, we don't get to restore 3 gauges, but we cost 3 gauges less. It works out better in almost every case, unless you were using like an AB max and SP reduction skill, or you were copying it with a copycat medal basically. But what does it actually do? Well, it doesn't do, again, the copy paste of the Axial Prime. What it actually does is, if we can pull up this little banner right here and see what we have. So, yeah, I'm not too happy with my little bottom left section down the bottom there. Essentially, you can see the multipliers as I've always done it. So 0 dots, okay, so 0 dots, full dots, and kill to 130%, which you can see down the bottom left there, are all for a 6-star version of the medals. So at 6 stars at full guild, it's hitting at 13.85 multiplier. At a level 7, you can't not hit at the full multiplier. It's always going to be like a condition of evolving it up to 7 stars is that it has to be at a full guild anyway. So I've gone ahead and written down the multiplier there of 31.92, which assumes that the medal is a 7-star and has its max amount of guild, which it does anyway. So I might change that anyway, because that's not how the that isn't how it appears on the medal stat screen, but I don't know, I'll figure that out a different day. Anyway, 31.92 is nothing to scoff at, so that medal can be potentially very, very powerful. It's got a really cool condition, and the reason I say it's potentially better than Axial Prime is because, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, because I've been wrong about this before, I believe if you hit just one single target, so it functions as an all-target medal usually, and so if it is functioning as an all-target medal, it's going to hit with that still pretty impressive 21.71. Again, quite impressive for a tier 4 medal. But if you only have one single target left, it will just hit that single target for that, again, value, like I said, of 31.92. So it gets the best of both worlds. It functions as an AoE medal most of the time, unless you're faced with one target, like in PvP, or when to kill all the parts of a raid boss, and then you get the full multiplier out of it. It's a really, really nice deal. As for the effect it actually does, for the 6-star version, it only gives you a +4 to the magic multiplier and gives you +40% to its own guild, as well as all the guilds of all the following medals. At a 7-star version though, it gives you the +3 upright that happens with all premiums at 7-star, but it also bumps that up to +60%. And to the enemies, it gets rid of, I think, 4 layers of magical based defense, as well as 4 layers of upright defense. That upright defense is pretty much what's going to seal the deal on me to want to buy this medal. I think that's really, really important, and given that friggin' these Prime medals have like up to 5 trade slots, if you're able to get extra attack on any one of those, that's a huge amount of buffs and debuffs coming out of one medal. Again, really, really specific to one attribute, but I mean, still incredibly good, incredibly good. So do bear in mind though, I have to wonder if, given that they've done a reverse power one first and then an upright magic one, are they going to follow suit and do the rest, just like with the stained glass medals, are they going to release the rest of them, as in, upright speed, reverse magic, so on and so on and so on, until you have all 6. And if that is the case, are they going to all look like this one here, which, again, in my opinion, with a couple of downsides over Axial Prime, see a lot of benefits compared to that. And again, sorry, the main benefit being that it can effectively switch between being an AoE and a single target medal, which I think has huge, huge value to it. Again, I wasn't going to pick this up initially if it was only going to be single target. Well, I was thinking about it, but the fact that it can switch between AoE and single target means you can use it in Collie, you can use it in PvP, use it for raiding, use it for all sorts, means it's almost too versatile not to pick up. Again, in my case, I'm really, really wanting for upright strength at the moment, in terms of like upright special debuff and upright buff, to be perfectly honest. So this is right up my alley, but it might not be for you guys. If you guys bought plenty of stained glass metals already of the upright variety, you may want to give this one a miss. I don't know, it's up to you. Or you may consider again that it would be a bit strange for them to only do reverse power and upright magic. It could, yeah, it could happen, it could, but it would be a little bit strange for that to happen. So you might be like, well, I really want the upright speed one, or the reverse speed, or whatever. And if you only have enough jewels to go around for a few, then, you know, that's something you have to consider. Anyway, enough talking. I think I'm going to go ahead and go and pull this thing. I've not really done any pulls since, like, Zeus last month. I haven't even done any pulls off Zexion yet, so I literally have got a ton of jewels left to collect. Let's go ahead and pick all those up. So, nearly 57k right now. Let's go ahead and pick those up. Again, I'm not spending any. I bought one of the avatar boards. Oh no, I did one pull in Axiom Prime like a minute before it went away, just because I felt like I might want to have the buffs, even though it wasn't like the awesome amount of buffs that come from the 7-star version, and I do think it's a really good medal. I already have a lot of strength in the reverse power attribute, so I'm thinking that it's probably smarter for me to try and diversify my strength a little bit, but, you know, your mileage may vary on that. Obviously for this week, we're having three magic-based Keyblades in the PvP, so I was already thinking that I was kind of weak on the magic attribute, and now that it's requiring you to essentially have lots and lots and lots and lots of medals in that attribute, I'm thinking that, well, it's probably time to go ahead and do some pulls. So, here we are. I'm still considering pulling for Zexion. I haven't given up on that just... okay. Alright. Interesting. So that'll probably give me my guilt for that. And I'm not too sure if I want to see this guy boosted or not, because obviously having a boosted would be fantastic, but then it would be the case of, okay, well, I can't get the... nice. I'm going to have to then evolve that one if I want to see it boosted. And, I don't know. While the resources are quite scarce, I'm not too sure if I want to do that, but I'll still be happy to take a boosted one. I've got my little graphic up there just for luck, because it worked that one time on Keyart 16, so you never know, it might work again. I've been kind of hesitant to do any pulls off this, like the whole 7-star thing, but now that the buff cap has like really shot through the roof, that's a lot of premiums, my goodness. Oh, wee! Oh, wow, oh, wow. Okay. Wow. What a pull. Is Xion even... I was gonna say, is it even possible to get in the pull system? The answer is obviously yes, but... Holy crap. Hello, double Xion. Alright. Whew, boy! I am ecstatic to have that Xion. I'm ecstatic. I've been debating for years, like months and months and months. Every time that comes up in the pull system, do I want to go ahead and pull for that Xion? For months, I've been debating that, and yes, I'm glad I waited. I want to know the odds on that. That must be like horrendously low odds of getting that. Let alone what, 5 premiums in one pull. That is absurd. That is absolutely absurd. Okay. Okay, so to be the general, probably 6-star, right? That's probably what we're looking at there, because who knows what my guaranteed one was. My guaranteed 7-star would have been the Illustrated Xion, but what about the guaranteed... Oh my god. Who knows? It was tremendously low odds is all I can say about that. That's absolutely insane. Oh, actually, no, maybe not. Illustrated Xion and Illustrated Kari actually have decent odds of being pulled here. Okay. Well, that's even better then. Well, I didn't even notice that. They have really good odds of being pulled. If you're considering it, hey, I'm not going to say don't do it, because it's still tiny odds, but it's decent odds compared to what they usually are. Anyway, I'm ecstatic to get Illustrated Xion. I'm beyond blown away, so thank you, game. 3 pulls to go, I guess. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I just looked red in the pool. Yeah, okay. I think that's deserving that I only get a... Yeah, okay, the same Mickey again. Oh well, that's fine. That's completely fine. I think the last pull more than makes up for any of that. 2 to go until we get our prime one, and then we can test it out a bit. The avatar boards that are in the shop right now, the Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora and Kari, I think are extremely excellent boards, and if you have the jewels for both of them, I would probably pretty strongly recommend it. We are getting so many new medals nowadays that have like oodles and oodles of power behind them. Is that the new... Look at these Soras, look at them all. Oof. I think I already had him gilded. And I think Yeah, I did. I already had him gilded at max. I think he's actually traded quite nicely, so I don't know if I want to go ahead and fuse my little one, my 6-star one, into my 7-star one. Alright, last pull here. Let's go. I think I'm going to keep like all my tier 4s and pretty much all my premiums, honestly, at this point, separate now, because they're effectively going to act as trait medals. Like right now, it's pretty easy to get a tier 4, right, at 7-star, but that won't last forever until tier 5s and tier 6s. Eventually, tier 7s are pretty easy to come by. There we go. Okay, you meant... Cool. You're guaranteed to get one of these on every single pull, I guess. Wicked, including this final pull here. That's amazing. That's really, really sweet. And Illustrated Sauron Powers. Quite possibly the worst one. Oh, let's give Upright Strength +3. Oh, that's good. I was really concerned there that it wasn't going to give me Upright Strength +3, but... We're going to get 12... No. We're going to get a decent bit of Nova right here. Yeah, no, it was 12 Nova right here. Lemaire. Nice. Okay. Well, those are some pulls. Wow, okay. I'm ecstatic, frigging ecstatic to have gone ahead and pulled that. Let's go ahead and take a look at these medals, shall we? Okay, so I've just gone ahead and filtered by 6-star and 7-star medals by newest, and I gotta say, for 5 pulls, that's a hell of a full screen that I'm looking at right there. So I may as well go ahead and do a couple of trait rolls real quick. There's really no reason not to. It's already fully max gilted, so there's no point waiting for a gilting campaign. I think gilting campaigns should pretty much just go at this point. Now that it's like mandatory to get them at max guilt, if you want to evolve them into... I'm doing that right, 7-star, 6-star and a 7-star? Yes, I am, thank Christ. Now that it's mandatory to get them at max guilt to evolve them to 7 stars, I mean, it's pretty rough to go ahead and need to spend, you know, 80-something mirrors on a, you know, potentially really bad roll. Okay, that's alright, we can start with some crappy rolls, that's fine, that's fine. Again, hoping for any of the extra attacks, extra attack definitely, negative grounds, I'm very, very happy with, so... Do I want to keep at least one separate just for the utility of it? Like maybe there'll be challenges in the future where you can't use 7-star medals? Not too sure, not too sure. I might do that, I might see how these first rolls go. I feel like I've seen someone else roll exactly the same, 2 max gauges off the bat. Come on, baby. Any of the negative 60s would be lovely. And extra attack would be really, really, really nice if I could pull that off. But yeah, and anyway, this beast is definitely going to help me out in PvP, hopefully. I wouldn't even mind like max raid traits. Oh gosh, probably one of the more useless skills nowadays now that... Ay, that's not good. It's alright, I really should not be complaining about bad trait rolls. I've had some beyond good luck in the past, so... Still, that doesn't mean I won't take any good luck while if I can get it. It's middle artwork a little bit. Well. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, I guess I may as well roll the last one. You know, I say this every video, but when I'm on a bad streak, I usually say to myself, I'm going to stop this bad streak, come back out and roll it again a bit later on. Probably should listen to my own advice, because that usually works out, and... Yeah, I'm pretty sure once you get on a roll of the same traits, you're like locked into a certain amount. Like the amount of traits you can get is much, like quite drastically reduced. Well, that kind of makes up for the Illustrated Shing on, I suppose. That's a bugger. That's a real bugger. Oh well. Oh well, you know what? I've got pretty good luck in the past, so I'll have to take this one without any good traits on it. I don't think I want to pull again for more trait medals. Well, effectively, like, it's going to be 3,000 joules per roll. I don't think I really want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to keep saving joules just in case, you know, the Toy Story thing comes up and that happens to be quite good. I'm still debating to go for Zexion or not because it's only like 11.5-ish thousand joules for a, you know, good medal with a bunch of trait medals attached to it. Yeah. Let's see. Alright guys, anyway, if you do decide to pull for this one, best of luck. If you're going to wait and maybe hedge your bets and see, maybe you'll end up with, you know, like I said, the reverse speed, upright speed, whatever have you. Let me know what your plan is. But yeah, until then guys, I'll catch you later. All the best. Bye.